In the world of truck design, innovation often leads to exciting advancements, but not all ideas stand the test of time. From bold experiments in engineering to concepts that promised convenience and efficiency, the history of truck design is full of failed attempts. So in today's video, we'll take a look at some of the most interesting and bizarre features that manufacturers once believed would revolutionize trucks. Number 1. Gas turbine engines in trucks. During the 1960s, gas turbine engines were tested in trucks, promising speed and futuristic design, but failed to succeed. Unlike diesel engines, they were inefficient, consuming excessive fuel and generating intense heat. Their complexity and high maintenance costs made them impractical for mainstream use. Despite their potential for smoother operation, the drawbacks outweighed the benefits, and manufacturers like Chrysler abandoned the idea, leaving gas turbine engines as an intriguing but failed innovation. Number 2. Cab-over-engine designs in the U.S. market. We all know that cab-over-engine trucks, popular in the 1950s and 1960s, maximized cargo space by placing the cab over the engine, allowing longer trailers under strict length regulations. However, drivers faced poor safety, rough rides, and difficult maintenance due to the cab's design. By the 1970s, changing regulations and ergonomic concerns led to a shift back to conventional trucks. While COES persisted overseas, they faded in the U.S., becoming a historical trucking innovation. Number 3. Front-wheel drive pickup trucks. Front-wheel drive pickup trucks like the Dodge Rampage aimed to blend car-like handling with truck utility in the 1980s and 1990s. They offered better fuel economy and traction, but lacked towing capacity and durability, making them unsuitable for heavy-duty tasks. High manufacturing costs and complex drivetrains further limited their appeal. As traditional trucks and SUVs improved, these experimental pickups faded from the market, remembered as an ambitious yet impractical innovation in automotive history. Number 4. Four-wheel steering systems. This feature, introduced in the 1980s and 1990s, aimed to improve truck maneuverability by allowing all wheels to turn for tighter navigation. Initially popular in Japanese trucks, the system promised easier handling in tight spaces. However, its complexity, high manufacturing and repair costs, frequent malfunctions, and added weight outweighed its benefits. Reduced fuel efficiency further hurt its appeal. By the late 1990s, manufacturers favored simpler solutions like better power steering, leaving four-wheel steering as a short-lived innovation. Number 5. Side-mounted spare tire compartments. In the 1970s and 1980s, side-mounted spare tire compartments aimed to save cargo space by placing the spare externally. While innovative, these designs had major flaws. They were prone to rust, theft, and damage from road conditions, while complex mounting mechanisms often failed. Weather exposure and vibrations worsened durability issues, leading to safety concerns. Modern trucks now use undercarriage mounts or compact spares, leaving side-mounted compartments as a short-lived and problematic chapter in truck design history. Number 6. Integrated camper shells. In the 1970s and 1980s, manufacturers like Chevrolet and Ford introduced integrated camper shells for trucks, aiming to create mobile living spaces. While these factory-designed modules were meant for convenience, they had significant drawbacks. The heavy shells reduced fuel efficiency, limited payload capacity, and complicated the truck's versatility. The mounting systems often leaked, and the added weight made driving less responsive. Despite initial excitement, integrated camper shells became impractical and faded from automotive innovation. Number 7. Retractable pickup bed covers. Retractable pickup bed covers, introduced by companies like Roland Lock and Pace Edwards, promised easy cargo protection with a push-button mechanism for quick access. Initially, these covers generated excitement for being lightweight, weatherproof, and strong. However, they faced significant issues, including mechanical failures, jammed tracks, burnt-out motors, and deteriorating seals. Extreme temperatures also caused brittleness in cold weather and stickiness in heat. The added cost, weight, and reliability issues led to these covers losing their appeal despite their innovative concept. Number 8. Diesel-electric hybrid drivetrains. Early truck manufacturers saw diesel-electric hybrid technology as the future of efficient transportation. By combining a diesel engine with electric motors, they hoped to create trucks with incredible fuel economy and reduced emissions. However, the complex and expensive technology proved challenging to implement. The massive battery weight, high production costs, and limited battery technology made these hybrids impractical for most trucking operations. While the concept seemed promising, traditional diesel engines remained more cost-effective and reliable, causing diesel-electric hybrids to fade into automotive history. Number 9. Independent rear suspension for trucks. Truck designers experimented with independent rear suspension to improve ride, comfort, and handling, breaking away from traditional solid rear axles. The concept promised better weight distribution, smoother rides, and improved cornering capabilities. However, trucking companies discovered that this innovation significantly reduced load carrying capacity and increased maintenance costs. The complex suspension system was less durable under heavy loads and more expensive to repair. Traditional solid axles remained more reliable and economical, ultimately rendering independent rear suspension a short-lived experiment in truck design. Number 10. Pop-out headlamps on trucks. In the 1980s and 1990s, pop-out headlamps were seen as a cool, futuristic feature for trucks, offering a smooth, transformative appearance. Popularized by some American models, they were initially exciting. However, their mechanical complexity caused frequent failures, with motors and mechanisms often malfunctioning. Extreme weather worsened the issues, and maintenance costs grew. The added weight and complexity made them impractical. Eventually, advancements in lighting technology and safety regulations led to pop-out headlamps being phased out. Which of these features do you remember seeing or using back in the days? What was your experience with it? Do let us know in the comment section. Number 11. Square wheel wells. In the late 1970s and early 1980s, truck manufacturers experimented with square wheel wells, aiming for a more aggressive, modern look. The sharp, angular design was intended to enhance the truck's aesthetic, but it caused several issues. Square wheel wells reduced wheel travel, limited suspension flexibility, and trapped more debris, mud, and snow. The design also led to paint chipping and poor aerodynamics. Eventually, manufacturers returned to rounded wheel wells for better functionality, easier cleaning, and improved performance. Number 12. Two-stroke diesel engines. Two-stroke diesel engines were once seen as revolutionary for trucks, offering better fuel efficiency and simpler mechanics by completing their combustion cycle in just 2 piston movements. This design promised more power and fewer moving parts. However, their environmental impact was a major drawback, producing high levels of unburned hydrocarbons and particulate emissions. Stricter environmental regulations in the 1990s and 2000s made these engines obsolete, and manufacturers abandoned the technology in favor of cleaner alternatives. Number 13. Fold-out steps from the truck bed. In the late 1990s and early 2000s, truck manufacturers experimented with built-in fold-out steps integrated into the truck bed for easier access. The idea was to eliminate the need for separate ladders and provide instant access to cargo. However, the mechanism often failed, collecting dirt and rust and adding extra weight and complexity to the vehicle. Durability issues and high manufacturing costs led to these steps being phased out in favor of sleeker, more efficient designs. Number 14. Single cab configurations without extended options. In the 1970s and 1980s, single cab trucks were the epitome of simplicity, offering maximum cargo space and minimal features. They were popular among workers and farmers due to their straightforward design and low maintenance. However, as consumer needs evolved, people began seeking more space, comfort, and functionality. With the rise of SUVs and crew cabs, single cabs became less relevant. By the early 2000s, they were largely phased out, replaced by more versatile truck designs suited for both work and family use. Number 15. Manual crank windows on modern trucks. Manual crank windows, once common in trucks, were simple, durable, and low maintenance, but required physical effort. As electric windows emerged, they offered greater convenience, smoother operation, and integration with advanced technology. Electric windows became standard, reflecting consumer demand for more sophisticated features. They also improved safety by allowing operation without removing hands from the steering wheel and offered better sealing. By the early 2000s, manual crank windows were phased out, replaced by electric systems that matched modern expectations. Number 16. High-drop pneumatic suspension systems. This feature, designed to enhance ride comfort and load management, used hydraulic fluid and compressed air to adjust a truck's ride height and absorb road imperfections. This technology offered flexibility for loading and unloading, as well as navigating tough terrain. However, its complexity led to high repair costs, with failures rendering the suspension useless and requiring specialized mechanics. The expensive maintenance and reliability issues caused manufacturers to abandon hydropneumatic suspension in favor of simpler, more dependable designs. Number 17. Truck bed exhaust ports. In the 1970s and 1980s, some truck designers experimented with exhaust ports built into the truck bed, aiming to redirect hot exhaust gases and cool the cargo area. The idea was to reduce heat near the cab and improve exhaust efficiency. However, the concept failed miserably. The intense heat damaged cargo, melted containers, and posed fire risks. Additionally, the noise and air disruption destabilized the load. This dangerous and impractical design was quickly abandoned in favor of safer, rear-mounted exhaust systems. Number 18. Factory-installed winches. Factory-installed winches were a great idea for trucks meant for off-roading or heavy-duty work. These winches were built directly into the truck, making it easier to pull heavy objects or get out of tough spots. However, they added extra cost, weight, and complexity to the vehicle. Most drivers didn't need them regularly, so they faded away as buyers preferred cheaper trucks with simpler features. Number 19. 3-speed automatic transmissions. This type of transmission was revolutionary when it first came out, offering a smoother driving experience compared to manual gearboxes. They worked well for older, slower trucks. But as engines got more powerful and roads improved, 3 speeds couldn't keep up with the demand for better fuel efficiency and performance. Modern trucks now use 6 or more gears, making 3-speed automatics a thing of the past. Number 20. Bolt-on auxiliary fuel tanks. These types of fuel tanks gave truck owners extra fuel capacity for long trips or heavy work. These tanks were easy to install and provided convenience for remote areas. However, they came with risks such as leaks or fire hazards, and they took up valuable bed space. Over time, larger factory-installed fuel tanks and better fuel efficiency made these add-ons unnecessary for most drivers. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel to get more interesting content like this.